Topic 1. Vice President Harris is advocating for a federal ban on corporate price gouging in the food and grocery sectors to combat rising living costs. Vice President Kamala Harris has announced plans to propose the first federal bill to ban corporate price gouging in the food and grocery industries. This bill is part of a broader economic policy platform to address Americans' ongoing complaints about rising grocery prices. Harris has pledged to strengthen investigations into mergers between large supermarkets and food producers if elected president. These measures are among the early efforts of the Harris campaign to develop an economic platform independent of President Joe Biden's policies. Harris also plans to announce proposals to lower prescription drug and housing costs. These policies come after former President Donald Trump, a Republican candidate, criticized economic policies, pointing to Harris as responsible for price increases. Harris is also scheduled to give an economic policy speech to clarify her approach to economic policy, representing a shift toward stronger government intervention in the Democratic Party's economic policies. Topic 2. Boeing faces ongoing legal challenges with the Justice Department upholding a plea agreement despite objections from families affected by the 737 MAX crashes. Topic 3. Walmart demonstrates economic resilience with strong sales reports, indicating robust consumer spending despite inflation. U.S. retail sales showed stronger than expected growth, increasing by 1%, and weekly unemployment claims were lower than expected. This indicates that consumer spending remains robust amid somewhat easing inflation. Walmart reported strong quarterly results and raised its outlook, and the UK economy showed strong growth in the spring. Japan's economy rebounded from the previous quarter, growing at an annual rate of 3.1%. Overall, these data suggest that the U.S. economy remains resilient, and consumers are still willing to spend. Topic 4. The UK economy shows signs of recovery with positive GDP growth, while the U.S. job market remains strong with a decrease in unemployment claims. U.S. unemployment claims decreased last week, showing the labor market's resilience despite high interest rates. Unemployment claims dropped by 7,000 to 227,000, and the 4-week average of claims also decreased. This suggests that the recent uptick in claims could be a temporary phenomenon. The Federal Reserve has raised interest rates 11 times to fight inflation, which is gradually decreasing. Despite this, the economy and employment continue to grow. However, there has been a slowdown in job growth, indicating that the U.S. economy may be slowing down. This economic situation is a critical issue for voters ahead of the November elections, with complaints arising despite a decrease in inflation as consumer prices remain high. The Fed is expected to start cutting interest rates at its next meeting. The UK economy showed strong growth in the spring, with inflation slowing and business and consumer confidence improving. The service sector led the growth, and recent data have strengthened expectations that the Bank of England will cut interest rates again this year. However, the government has warned of a lack of public finances, suggesting tough fiscal decisions will be made by the end of the year. Walmart reported strong quarterly sales and raised its annual outlook. This shows that low prices are a strong attraction for millions of consumers struggling with rising prices. Walmart reported sales growth, and as other major U.S. retailers report earnings, it indicates that consumers are restraining their spending. Topic 5. Climate activists stage protests at German airports, and environmental concerns continue to be a pressing global issue. Climate activists in several German airports staged protests, leading to the temporary suspension of flights at some airports. 8 activists from the Last Generation group initiated protests at airports in Berlin, Cologne, Bonn, Nuremberg, and Stuttgart, demanding